Hello guys, so your employees don't want to search across 10 different places just to understand one company rule. They don't want to open SharePoint, Teams, Outlook, PDFs, Dynamics 365, internal folders, and so on just to answer a simple question. They want to ask something like, is there anything in Dynamics 365 about this customer? What is the standard procedure for him? Or, in this company, do we have mandatory vacation days? By the way, company insurance covers doctor appointments or other types of injuries. In many companies, the answer already exists. The problem is that information is spread everywhere and needs to be interpreted. In this video, I'll show you how Microsoft Copilot can help connect scattered business information with AI, automation, and company processes, so employees can work faster and with less friction. Hi everyone, Miguel here. I'm the founder of Pulpit, where I help companies reduce manual work, improve internal processes, and build practical automation solutions using Microsoft Power Platform, Dynamics 365, Azure, Copilot, and Microsoft Business Applications. On this channel, I share practical examples on how companies can use Microsoft technologies to solve real business problems. Today, I want to show you how Copilot can help improve the way employees work inside the company, behaving like a practical layer between business users, company logic, business systems, and automation. Let's start with the problem. Most companies already have the information they need. They have a CRM, emails, Teams conversations, SharePoint documents. So the problem is not the information does not exist, because it does. The problem is that people don't know where to find it, which version is correct, or how to apply it in their specific situation. So the employee loses time searching. They ask a colleague, they check the whole email, they open a document and try to interpret the rule to their own scenario. This is operational friction, and operational friction costs time. This is where Copilot can create value. The idea is to bring scattered information together and let employees ask questions in natural language. But to make this useful in a company, I like to think it about in 4 capabilities. And they are knowledge retrieval, workflow automation, role-specific assistance, and data protection. Starting with the first, knowledge retrieval. Knowledge retrieval means that Copilot can help find and use information from different company sources. For example, SharePoint documents, PDFs, internal procedures, Dynamics 365 data, Dataverse records, or other approved knowledge sources. Instead of forcing the user to find the correct document and read everything manually, Copilot can help retrieve the information and summarize it, and better, adapt information for your reality. For example, your employee could ask, I joined the company in June. How many vacations days do I have? Or, there are any mandatory days for vacations inside this company? A useful Copilot should not simply ask, here is the AR policy document. It should help interpret the relevant information, explain what applies, and ideally reference the source used. This is important because the real value is not only finding the documents. The real value is helping the employee understand and answers faster. The same principle applies to business data. A salesperson could ask about a customer, but the user does not want to search manually across systems. They want the right information at the right momentum adapted to the given question. The second capability is workflow automation. This is where Copilot becomes much more powerful, because sometimes answering the question is not enough. The user also needs to do something next. For example, if someone asks about a customer issue, the next step might be to create a task or update Dynamics 365, creating also an automation to when the issue repeats perform certain actions. If someone asks about an internal approval rule, the next step might be to start an approval process. This is where Copilot can connect with tools such as Power Automate, Dynamics 365, Copilot Studio Actions, business rules, etc. So Copilot is not only helping the user understand information, it can also help the user move on to the next action. This is the difference between a chatbot and a business assistant. A chatbot gives you an answer. A business assistant helps you to complete the work. The third capability is role-specific assistance. Not every employee needs the same answer. HR, finance, sales, operations, support, management, etc. may all ask questions in different contexts. For example, an HR user may need to understand employees' policies. A sales user may need customer information on Dynamics 365. An operations user may need procedures and work instructions. A manager may need a summary for what is happening in the process. So when designing a Copilot solution, the question is not only what information can it access. The question is who is using it, how do you want me to behave, and what do they need to do. A good Copilot should be designed around the role, the process, and the user's daily work. This makes the answers more relevant and makes the tool more likely to be used. The fourth capability is data protection. This one is one of the most important parts. When we connect AI to company information, we need to be careful. Copilot should not expose information that the user is not allowed to see. It should not answer from random outdated documents. It should not mix sensitive HR information with general business knowledge without rules. And it should not be launched without ownership and governance. The goal is not to give everyone access to everything. The goal is to use approved sources, respect permissions, and define clear rules for how the assistant should behave. For example, which sources are internally approved, who owns the documents, or what should Copilot do it when it's not sure. This is what makes the difference between a risky AI experiment and useful business solutions. Now, let's bring everything together. Inside a company where information is spread across Teams, Outlook, SharePoint, PDFs, Dynamics 365, or internal systems, picture a company like this, where information is spread all over. Teams, Outlook, SharePoint, PDFs, Dynamics 365, internal systems. Today, employees in this company, they lose time searching, reading, asking questions, and trying to understand what applies to them. With Copilot and Copilot Studio, we can start connecting these sources and creating a more practical experience. The employee asks a question, Copilot retrieves the relevant knowledge, it summarizes the answer, it applies the answer to the employee's context, guide them the user to the next step, and when needed, it can trigger a workflow or connect to a business system. This is how Copilot can improve employees' effectiveness. It reduces searching, it reduces repetitive questions, and makes business knowledge easier to use in the palm of your hands. But the important point is, Copilot should not be implemented just because AI is popular. It should be implemented where employees lose time, where information is hard to find, and where business processes are unclear. So, if I had to summarize the framework, it would be: first, identify where employees waste time searching the information. Second, map where the information lives today. Third, connect approved knowledge sources. Fourth, design the Copilot around real employee questions. Fifth, connect answers to actions with Power Automate, Power Apps, Dynamics 365, or Dataverse when possible. Sixth, define permissions, governance, and ownership. And finally, also important, monitor usage and improve the solution over time. This is the type of problem we help companies solve. We identify where teams are losing time, where information is hard to find, where processes are unclear, and where Microsoft tools can be used to automate or improve daily operations. If your company wants to explore how Copilot, Power Platform, Dynamics 365, or automation could reduce manual work and improve internal processes, you can contact me through the link in the description or in my social media, for example, LinkedIn or Twitter. If this video was useful, subscribe to the channel because I will be sharing more practical videos about Copilot, Power Platform, Microsoft Dynamics 365, and real-world business automation. Also, let me know in the comments what topic do you want me to approach in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.